What if the next Olympic Games weren't held in a stadium, but in orbit around Earth, where athletes leap and soar in ways that defy everything we know about gravity? A century from now, sports as we know them could be transformed into something entirely new, a spectacle of human ingenuity and physical prowess set against the backdrop of the cosmos. This isn't just science fiction. It's a glimpse into a future where the boundaries of athletic competition are redefined by the limitless possibilities of space. From zero-gravity arenas to interplanetary leagues, the evolution of sports in space could change how we think about teamwork, skill, and even what it means to be human. So, what will sports look like 100 years from now? Let's take a journey into the stars to explore how technology, society, and creativity might come together to create a new era of athletic achievement. Imagine stepping into a training facility where the ground beneath your feet doesn't exist, where every movement sends you floating effortlessly through the air. This isn't a dream, it's the future of sports training made possible by zero-gravity environments. 100 years from now, the way athletes prepare for competition could look nothing like it does today. Thanks to advancements in space technology, training facilities might be built in orbit, allowing athletes to practice in conditions that mimic the weightlessness of space. Think about it, gymnasts performing routines without the constraints of gravity, or basketball players soaring through the air with unparalleled precision. These environments wouldn't just enhance performance, they'd redefine what's physically possible. But it's not just about the training. The equipment athletes use will also undergo a radical transformation. Picture space suits designed with advanced materials that are lightweight yet durable, allowing for maximum mobility while protecting against the harsh conditions of space. These suits could be embedded with sensors that monitor an athlete's vitals in real time, feeding data to AI systems that analyze performance and suggest improvements. Imagine a coach on Earth receiving instant feedback on an athlete's heart rate, muscle activity, and even mental focus, all while they're floating in a zero-gravity arena. This level of precision could push human performance to heights we've never seen before. And let's not forget the role of artificial intelligence. AI-driven analytics could become the backbone of space sports, offering insights that go beyond what the human eye can see. From predicting an opponent's moves to optimizing training regimens, AI could give athletes an edge that feels almost superhuman. NASA's current research on human performance in microgravity already hints at this future. Studies on how the human body adapts to weightlessness are paving the way for innovations that could one day be standard in space sports. These technologies won't just change how athletes train and compete, they'll shape the very nature of sports themselves. So, what does this mean for the future of competition? As these technologies evolve, the line between human and machine could blur, creating a new kind of athlete, one who's not just physically gifted but also technologically enhanced. The sports of tomorrow might not just test strength and skill, but also how well athletes can adapt to and harness the tools of the future. And as we push the boundaries of what's possible, one thing is clear. The evolution of sports technology in space will open up a universe of possibilities, both for athletes and for fans watching from Earth, or maybe even from Mars. Now, let's dive into the heart of this cosmic revolution, zero-gravity sports. Imagine a basketball game where players don't just jump, they float, spin, and glide through the air, making three-point shots from angles that would be impossible on Earth. Or picture a soccer match where the ball doesn't roll but hovers, and players use their entire bodies to redirect it mid-flight. Even gymnastics, already a spectacle of human agility, would reach new heights literally as athletes perform flips and twists in 3 dimensions, unbound by gravity's pull. In space, the rules of traditional sports no longer apply. and the result is a breathtaking fusion of athleticism and artistry. But it's not just about adapting Earth's games to a zero-gravity environment. Space opens the door to entirely new sports, ones we can barely imagine today. Take orbital racing, for example. Picture sleek, high-tech pods zipping through a course marked by glowing beacons, navigating tight turns and sudden drops in a race that's as much about strategy as it is about speed. Or consider asteroid mining challenges, where teams compete to extract resources from floating space rocks, combining engineering skill with physical endurance. These sports wouldn't just entertain, they'd push the boundaries of what we consider athletic competition, blending science, technology, and raw human talent in ways that feel almost otherworldly. Of course, these futuristic sports will demand entirely new skill sets. Athletes won't just need strength and agility, they'll need to master the art of movement in 3 dimensions, learning to control their bodies in ways that feel alien to us now. Imagine training to spin gracefully in mid-air or to calculate the perfect trajectory for a pass in zero gravity. It's a whole new kind of athleticism, one that will require innovative training methods and a deep understanding of physics. Coaches might use virtual reality simulations to help athletes visualize their movements, while AI systems analyze every twist and turn to optimize performance. The sports of the future won't just test physical ability, they'll challenge the mind as well. As we look ahead, one thing is certain: zero-gravity sports will redefine what it means to compete. They'll push athletes to explore new limits, blending the familiar with the extraordinary in ways that captivate audiences across the galaxy. And as these sports evolve, they'll inspire a new generation of competitors, ones who see the stars not as a distant dream, but as the ultimate arena. So, what kind of skills will it take to excel in this new frontier? And how will these sports change the way we think about teamwork, strategy, and even the human body? The answers are out there, waiting to be discovered in the vast expanse of space. What if the next World Cup wasn't just a global event, but an interplanetary one? Picture this: teams from Mars, Europa, and Earth facing off in a tournament that spans the solar system. A century from now, sports leagues might not be confined to a single planet. They could stretch across the stars, uniting humanity in ways we can barely imagine today. But how would this even work? Let's break it down. First, consider the logistics. Traveling between planets isn't like hopping on a plane from New York to London. A trip from Earth to Mars, for example, could take months, depending on the alignment of the planets. And what about communication? A signal from Mars to Earth can take anywhere from 4 to 24 minutes to travel one way, depending on the distance. Imagine trying to coordinate a live broadcast or even a referee's call with that kind of delay. These challenges might seem insurmountable, but technology could hold the key. Advances in propulsion systems like ion drives or even warp technology could drastically reduce travel times. Meanwhile, quantum communication networks might eliminate delays, allowing real-time interaction across vast distances. But it's not just about the tech, it's about the culture. Interplanetary leagues could become a powerful force for unity, bringing together people from different worlds under the banner of sport. Think about it: a Martian team playing against a squad from Earth wouldn't just be a game. It would be a celebration of human achievement, a reminder that no matter where we come from, we share a common love for competition and excellence. These leagues could also spark friendly rivalries, fostering a sense of identity and pride for each planet or moon. Imagine the chants echoing through a stadium on Europa as fans cheer for their home team, or the roar of a crowd on Earth as they watch their athletes compete against the best from across the solar system. And let's not forget the athletes themselves. Competing in interplanetary leagues would require a whole new level of adaptability. Players might need to adjust to different gravity levels. Imagine a soccer match where the ball behaves differently on Mars than it does on Earth. Or consider the physical toll of traveling between planets, with athletes having to acclimate to new environments before each game. It's a challenge that would test not just their skills, but their resilience and versatility. These leagues could also inspire new forms of collaboration. Teams might share training techniques and technologies, learning from each other's unique experiences. A gymnast from Earth could train with a coach from Mars, blending different approaches to create something entirely new. And as these connections grow, so too could our understanding of what it means to be human. Sports have always been a reflection of our values and aspirations. What better way to explore the possibilities of a spacefaring civilization than through the universal language of competition? So, what would it take to make interplanetary leagues a reality? It's not just about overcoming technical hurdles. It's about embracing a vision of the future where humanity comes together, not just as Earthlings, but as citizens of the cosmos. These leagues could be more than just games. They could be a symbol of our shared potential, a reminder that no matter how far we travel, we're all part of the same team. And as we look to the stars, one question remains: are we ready to take sports to the next frontier? What if the referee of your favorite space sport wasn't human, but an artificial intelligence system capable of making split-second decisions with perfect accuracy? Or what if your training partner wasn't a teammate, but a robot designed to push you to your absolute limits? 100 years from now, AI and robotics won't just be tools. They'll be integral to the very fabric of space sports, transforming how we play, compete, and even watch. But how exactly will these technologies shape the future of athletic competition in the cosmos? Let's dive in. First, consider the role of AI as a referee. In zero-gravity environments, where movement happens in 3 dimensions and the rules of traditional sports no longer apply, human referees might struggle to keep up. Enter AI referees, systems equipped with advanced sensors and machine learning algorithms that can track every movement, analyze every play, and make calls with pinpoint precision. These systems wouldn't just eliminate human error, they'd also adapt to the unique challenges of space sports, ensuring fair play in ways we can't even imagine today. Think about it, no more controversial calls or missed fouls, just pure, unbiased judgment. But this raises an important question: can we trust AI to make decisions that feel fair to players and fans alike? And what happens when the line between human judgment and machine logic starts to blur? Then there's the role of robotics in training. Imagine a robotic training partner that can mimic the movements of any opponent, adapting in real time to challenge you in ways no human ever could. These robots could be programmed to simulate the playing styles of the best athletes in the galaxy, giving you the ultimate preparation for any match. They could also provide instant feedback, analyzing your performance and suggesting adjustments to improve your game. For example, a robotic soccer partner might help you perfect your zero-gravity kicks, while a robotic gymnast could guide you through complex routines in midair. The possibilities are endless, but so are the ethical questions. Should athletes rely on machines to enhance their skills? And what happens when the line between human and robotic performance becomes indistinguishable? Even the equipment athletes use will be revolutionized by AI and robotics. Picture automated gear designed specifically for zero-gravity environments, smart balls that adjust their trajectory mid-flight, or suits that monitor your vitals and provide real-time feedback on your performance. These innovations wouldn't just enhance athletic ability, they'd also make sports safer and more accessible. For example, AI-powered helmets could detect potential collisions and alert players before they happen, reducing the risk of injury in high-speed space sports. But as these technologies become more advanced, we'll need to ask ourselves, how much is too much? At what point does technology stop enhancing human performance and start replacing it? Of course, the impact of AI and robotics won't be limited to the athletes. It will also transform the spectator experience. Imagine watching a space soccer match with real-time stats and analysis overlaid on your screen, powered by AI systems that track every player's movement and predict their next move. Or picture a virtual reality setup that lets you experience the game from the perspective of your favorite athlete, feeling every twist and turn as if you were floating alongside them. These technologies won't just make sports more exciting to watch, they'll also bring fans closer to the action than ever before. But as we embrace these advancements, we can't ignore the ethical implications. How do we ensure that AI and robotics are used fairly in sports? Who gets to decide the rules when machines are involved? And what happens to the human element, the passion, the unpredictability, the sheer joy of competition when technology takes center stage? These are questions we'll need to grapple with as we move forward, balancing innovation with the values that make sports so special. One thing is certain: AI and robotics will play a crucial role in the future of space sports, enhancing both performance and spectator experiences in ways we're only beginning to imagine. But as we explore this brave new world, we'll need to tread carefully, ensuring that technology serves to elevate human potential rather than overshadow it. So, what does the future hold for the intersection of sports, AI, and robotics? The answer lies in the stars and in our ability to harness these technologies responsibly. What if watching your favorite sport wasn't just about sitting in a stadium or in front of a screen, but about feeling like you're right there in the action, floating alongside the athletes as they defy gravity and push the limits of human potential? 100 years from now, the way we experience sports could be as revolutionary as the games themselves. Imagine slipping on a virtual reality headset and suddenly finding yourself in the middle of a zero-gravity basketball game, soaring through the air as players spin and dunk around you. Or picture tuning into a live broadcast from a space station, where holographic replays and real-time analytics bring every moment to life in stunning detail. This isn't just the future of sports, it's the future of fandom, and it's going to change everything. Let's start with virtual reality. In the 22nd century, VR won't just be a tool for gaming, it'll be the ultimate way to experience sports. Imagine being able to choose your perspective during a game, whether it's hovering above the action for a bird's eye view or standing right next to your favorite player as they make a game-winning shot. Advanced haptic feedback systems could even let you feel the impact of a tackle or the rush of air as an athlete zooms past you. This level of immersion wouldn't just make you feel like you're watching the game, it would make you feel like you're part of it. And for fans who can't travel to space, VR could offer the next best thing, a front row seat to the most thrilling events in the galaxy. But VR is just the beginning. Live broadcasts from space will take sports viewing to a whole new level. Picture this: a soccer match played on a floating field in orbit, broadcast in ultra-high definition with holographic replays that let you examine every angle of a goal or a foul. Real-time analytics powered by AI could provide instant insights into player performance, strategy, and even predictions for what might happen next. Fans could interact with these broadcasts, choosing which stats to display or which players to focus on, creating a personalized viewing experience that's as engaging as it is informative. And with advancements in quantum communication, delays between Earth and space could be a thing of the past, making live broadcasts as seamless as watching a game in your own backyard. Then there's the ultimate fan experience: attending a game in person. Space tourism could open up a whole new era of sports tourism, where fans travel to orbital arenas or even interplanetary stadiums to cheer on their favorite teams. Imagine boarding a spacecraft for a weekend getaway to watch a championship match on Mars, or floating in a zero-gravity viewing pod as athletes compete in a high-speed orbital race. These trips wouldn't just be about the game, they'd be about the adventure, the thrill of exploring new worlds while celebrating the universal love of competition. And as space travel becomes more accessible, this kind of experience could become a reality for fans around the globe. But what does all this mean for the future of fandom? In the 22nd century, being a fan won't just be about cheering from the sidelines, it'll be about immersing yourself in the action, connecting with athletes and fellow fans in ways that feel almost tangible. These new experiences will redefine what it means to be part of a sports community, breaking down barriers of distance and even gravity to bring people together. Whether you're watching from your living room or floating in a space station, the thrill of the game will be closer than ever before. So, how will these innovations shape the way we connect with sports? And what new traditions and rituals will emerge as fandom evolves in the age of space exploration? The answers are out there, waiting to be discovered as we take the next giant leap into the future of sports. And one thing's for sure, the fans of tomorrow won't just watch the game, they'll live it. What happens to the human body when it's pushed to its limits not on solid ground, but in the vast, weightless expanse of space? 100 years from now, as athletes take their skills to the stars, the impact of space sports on human health will be one of the most fascinating and challenging aspects of this new frontier. Competing in microgravity isn't just about mastering new techniques. It's about understanding how the human body adapts or struggles in an environment that's completely alien to us. So, what will it take for athletes to thrive in space, and what toll will it take on their physical and mental health? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the challenges. Prolonged exposure to microgravity is no joke. On Earth, gravity keeps our muscles and bones strong, but in space, that constant resistance disappears. Without it, astronauts and by extension, space athletes face serious risks like muscle atrophy and bone density loss. Studies from the International Space Station show that astronauts can lose up to 1 to 2% of their bone mass per month in microgravity. For athletes whose careers depend on peak physical condition, this could be a game changer. Imagine a star basketball player returning to Earth after a season in space, only to find their legs weaker and their bones more fragile. It's a problem that will demand innovative solutions, from specialized training regimens to cutting-edge medical interventions. But it's not just about the body. Space sports will also test athletes' mental resilience. Imagine floating in a zero-gravity arena, surrounded by the infinite void of space, with no up or down to orient yourself. The psychological strain of competing in such an environment could be immense. Astronauts already report feelings of disorientation and even anxiety during space missions, and athletes will need to develop new coping mechanisms to stay focused under pressure. Meditation, virtual reality simulations, and even AI-driven mental health support could become essential tools for space athletes, helping them maintain their edge in an environment that's as mentally taxing as it is physically demanding. Now, let's flip the script. While space sports come with their share of challenges, they could also offer some surprising health benefits. For one, the cardiovascular demands of moving in zero gravity could lead to improved heart health. In microgravity, the heart doesn't have to work as hard to pump blood against gravity, which could reduce strain on the cardiovascular system over time. And let's not forget the mental benefits. Competing in space could foster a unique kind of mental toughness, as athletes learn to adapt to unpredictable conditions and push through the discomfort of an alien environment. These skills wouldn't just make them better athletes, they could also translate to greater resilience in other areas of life. So, how will athletes adapt to these challenges and harness the potential benefits? The answer lies in innovation. Training programs will need to evolve, incorporating exercises that counteract the effects of microgravity, like resistance training and high-intensity interval workouts. Advanced wearable technology could monitor athletes' health in real time, alerting them to potential issues before they become serious. And let's not forget the role of nutrition. Space athletes might rely on specially designed diets to maintain muscle mass and bone density, packed with nutrients that support their unique needs. But the impact of space sports on human health won't just shape athletes, it could revolutionize how we think about fitness and wellness for everyone. The lessons learned from space athletes could lead to breakthroughs in treating conditions like osteoporosis or muscle wasting here on Earth. And as we push the boundaries of what the human body can achieve in space, we'll gain a deeper understanding of our own potential, both physically and mentally. So, what does this mean for the future of athletic training? As space sports become a reality, the line between athlete and astronaut will blur, creating a new kind of competitor, one who's as much a scientist as they are a star player. These athletes won't just be pushing the limits of their bodies, they'll be pioneers exploring the untapped potential of human health in the cosmos. And as they do, they'll inspire us all to reach for the stars, not just in sports but in our own pursuit of health and resilience. The question is, are we ready to take that leap? What if sports in space could do more than just entertain? What if they could unite humanity across planets, cultures, and even species? 100 years from now, space sports won't just be about competition. They'll be a mirror reflecting the values, aspirations, and unity of a society that's no longer bound by Earth. Imagine a future where a soccer match between Earth and Mars isn't just a game. It's a celebration of human ingenuity, a symbol of our shared journey into the cosmos. But how will space sports shape the culture of tomorrow? And what role will they play in bringing people together across the stars? Let's explore the cultural significance of this new frontier. First, consider the power of sports to bridge divides. Throughout history, athletic competition has been a universal language, transcending borders and bringing people together. Think about the Olympics, where nations set aside their differences to celebrate human achievement. Now, imagine that same spirit on an interplanetary scale. Space sports could become a platform for cooperation where colonies on Mars, Europa, and beyond come together to compete, share ideas, and build connections. These events wouldn't just showcase physical prowess, they'd highlight the best of what humanity can achieve when we work together. Picture a future where a space regatta or an orbital race isn't just about winning, but about fostering goodwill and understanding between worlds. But space sports won't just reflect our unity, they'll also shape our identity as a spacefaring civilization. Just as the space race of the 20th century inspired generations to dream of the stars, space sports could become a symbol of human exploration and resilience. Think about it, every time an athlete leaps in zero gravity or a team strategizes in a high-stakes interplanetary match, they're embodying the spirit of discovery that drives us to explore the unknown. These moments will inspire future generations, showing them that the challenges of space aren't just obstacles, they're opportunities to push the boundaries of what's possible. And let's not forget the role of sports in storytelling. Space sports will give us new legends to celebrate athletes who defy gravity, teams that overcome the odds, and moments of triumph that capture the imagination of billions. These stories will become part of our cultural fabric, passed down through generations as tales of courage, innovation, and unity. Imagine a child on Mars hearing about the first interplanetary soccer championship, or a student on Earth studying the strategies of a legendary zero-gravity gymnast. These narratives won't just entertain, they'll inspire, reminding us of what we can achieve when we dare to dream big. Of course, space sports will also challenge us to rethink our values. As we compete in new environments, we'll need to redefine what it means to be fair, ethical, and inclusive. How do we ensure that athletes from different planets have equal opportunities to compete? How do we balance the use of technology with the human spirit of the game? These questions will spark important conversations about equity and innovation, shaping the culture of space sports and, by extension, the culture of our future societies. So, what does this mean for the future of humanity? Space sports won't just be a pastime, they'll be a reflection of who we are and who we aspire to be. They'll remind us that no matter how far we travel or how many worlds we inhabit, we're all part of the same team. And as we look to the stars, one thing is clear: the cultural significance of space sports will go far beyond the games themselves. They'll be a testament to our resilience, our creativity, and our unshakable belief in the power of human connection. So, are we ready to embrace this new era of competition and the unity it could bring? The answer lies in the stars, waiting for us to take the next leap. What if the next billion-dollar industry wasn't on Earth, but in the stars? 100 years from now, space sports won't just be a spectacle. They'll be a booming economic force, reshaping how we think about funding, innovation, and entertainment. But how do you finance a soccer match on Mars or a zero-gravity basketball league in orbit? And who's going to pay for it? The economics of space sports are as vast and complex as the cosmos itself, and they'll play a crucial role in shaping the future of athletic competition. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about the big players, private space companies. Just as SpaceX and Blue Origin are leading the charge in space exploration today, these companies could become the backbone of space sports in the future. Imagine a world where Elon Musk's successors aren't just launching rockets, they're building orbital arenas and sponsoring interplanetary leagues. These companies could provide the infrastructure needed to make space sports a reality, from zero-gravity stadiums to high-speed transport systems that shuttle athletes and fans between planets. But it's not just about the hardware. Private companies could also drive innovation, developing new technologies that make space sports safer, more exciting, and more accessible. Think about it, the same companies that are working on reusable rockets today could be designing the next generation of spacesuits or zero-gravity training equipment tomorrow. Then there's the role of sponsorships. On Earth, sports are a multi-billion-dollar industry fueled by brands eager to associate themselves with the thrill of competition. In space, that model could explode literally. Picture a soccer match on Mars with logos from interplanetary corporations plastered across the field, or a zero-gravity race sponsored by a company that specializes in asteroid mining. These sponsorships wouldn't just fund the games, they'd also create new opportunities for brands to connect with audiences across the galaxy. And as space tourism grows, the value of these sponsorships could skyrocket, with companies vying for the chance to reach fans who are literally out of this world. But let's not forget about media rights. Today, broadcasting deals are a major source of revenue for sports leagues, and space sports will be no different. Imagine a future where networks compete for the rights to broadcast interplanetary tournaments, offering fans immersive experiences that go beyond anything we've seen before. Virtual reality broadcasts, holographic replays, and real-time analytics could turn space sports into a media goldmine, attracting viewers from every corner of the solar system. And with advancements in quantum communication, delays between planets could be a thing of the past, making live broadcasts as seamless as watching a game on Earth. Of course, the economics of space sports won't just fund the games, they'll also drive technological innovation. Just as the space race of the 20th century led to breakthroughs in computing, materials science, and telecommunications, space sports could spark a new wave of innovation. Think about the possibilities: advanced propulsion systems that make interplanetary travel faster and more affordable, AI-driven analytics that revolutionize training and performance, or even new materials that make zero-gravity equipment lighter and more durable. These technologies won't just benefit athletes, they'll have applications far beyond the arena, from healthcare to transportation to everyday life on Earth. So, what does this mean for the future of space sports? The economics of this new industry will shape everything from the games themselves to the way we experience them. They'll determine who gets to play, who gets to watch, and how far we can push the boundaries of human potential. And as we look to the stars, one thing is clear: the financial implications of space sports are as limitless as the cosmos itself. The question is, are we ready to invest in this bold new frontier? The answer could determine not just the future of sports, but the future of humanity itself. What if the thrill of space sports comes at a cost we can't afford? As we push the boundaries of athletic competition into the cosmos, we're also stepping into uncharted ethical and environmental territory. 100 years from now, the games we play in space won't just be about winning, they'll force us to confront questions about fairness, sustainability, and our responsibility to the universe. So, what happens when the pursuit of glory collides with the need to protect the stars? Let's dive into the ethical and environmental challenges that could shape the future of space sports. First, let's talk about the elephant, or rather, the asteroid in the room: space debris. Every time we launch a rocket or build a stadium in orbit, we're adding to the growing cloud of debris that already surrounds Earth. This isn't just a problem for satellites and spacecraft, it's a potential hazard for space sports too. Imagine a high-speed orbital race where athletes have to dodge floating fragments of metal, or a zero-gravity soccer match interrupted by a rogue piece of debris crashing through the field. The more we expand into space, the more we risk turning it into a cosmic junkyard. But here's the kicker: cleaning up space debris is no small task. It's expensive, technically challenging, and requires global cooperation. So, how do we ensure that space sports don't become part of the problem? The answer lies in innovation, developing sustainable practices like reusable equipment and debris-neutral stadiums that minimize our footprint in the stars. Then there's the question of resource consumption. Space sports will require massive amounts of energy, materials, and technology, all of which come from somewhere. Mining asteroids for resources might sound like science fiction, but it's already being explored as a way to fuel space exploration. The challenge: extracting these resources responsibly. If we're not careful, we could end up exploiting celestial bodies in the same way we've exploited Earth, leaving behind scars that last for millennia. And let's not forget the energy needed to power zero-gravity arenas and interplanetary travel. Will we rely on solar power, nuclear energy, or something entirely new? The choices we make will determine whether space sports are a force for good or a drain on the universe's finite resources. But it's not just about the environment, it's also about fairness. As technology advances, the line between human and machine could blur, raising tough ethical questions. What happens when athletes use genetic enhancements to boost their performance, or rely on AI systems to outthink their opponents? Is it still a fair competition if one team has access to cutting-edge tech while another doesn't? And what about the role of AI referees? While they might eliminate human error, they could also raise concerns about bias, transparency, and the loss of the human element in sports. These aren't just hypotheticals, they're questions we'll need to answer as we move forward, ensuring that space sports remain a level playing field for all. And let's not forget the impact on celestial bodies themselves. Imagine a future where we're building stadiums on the Moon or Mars. What happens to the natural landscapes of these worlds? Do we preserve their beauty, or do we reshape them to suit our needs? These decisions will have lasting consequences, not just for space sports, but for the future of humanity's relationship with the cosmos. After all, space isn't just a playground, it's a shared resource, one that we have a responsibility to protect. So, how do we balance the excitement of space sports with the need for sustainability and fairness? The answer lies in collaboration. Governments, private companies, and sports organizations will need to work together to create guidelines that prioritize ethical practices and environmental stewardship. This might mean investing in green technologies, setting limits on resource extraction, or even establishing interplanetary sports commissions to oversee fair play. It's a tall order, but the stakes couldn't be higher. If we get it right, space sports could become a shining example of how humanity can thrive in the stars without leaving destruction in our wake. As we look to the future, one thing is clear. The challenges we face in space sports aren't just about winning games, they're about shaping the kind of civilization we want to become. Will we be explorers who respect the cosmos or conquerors who exploit it? The choices we make today will echo across the stars, defining not just the future of sports, but the legacy of humanity itself. So, are we ready to play by the rules, not just of the game, but of the universe? The answer will determine whether space sports are a fleeting dream or a lasting legacy. As we look 100 years into the future, the possibilities for sports in space stretch as far as the stars themselves. Imagine a world where the roar of the crowd echoes not just in stadiums on Earth, but in orbital arenas and interplanetary coliseums. A world where athletes defy gravity, push the limits of human potential, and compete in ways that blur the line between science fiction and reality. From zero-gravity basketball to Martian soccer leagues, the fusion of technology, culture, and sheer human ambition will redefine what it means to compete and what it means to be human. But this isn't just about entertainment. Space sports will inspire us to dream bigger, to reach further, and to see the universe not as a distant frontier, but as a shared arena where humanity can come together. They'll unite us across planets, cultures, and even species, reminding us that no matter where we come from, we're all part of the same team. And they'll push us to new heights, challenging us to innovate, adapt, and explore the untapped potential of our bodies, minds, and spirits. So, what role will you play in this cosmic future? Will you be an athlete soaring through zero gravity, a fan cheering from a space station, or a pioneer shaping the next generation of interplanetary competition? The future of sports in space isn't just something to watch, it's something to be a part of. And as we take these first steps into the stars, one thing is clear: the game is just beginning. What do you think sports will look like in 100 years? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more explorations of tomorrow's world today. The future is out there, let's discover it together.